Time now for Uncancelled. And this is where Britain's top commentators speak out on controversial issues without the fear of the cancel culture sweeping the rest of the media. With mere hours until Harry and Meghan launch their second Netflix offensive on the royal family, right-thinking Brits are still reeling from disgraceful scenes like this, dripping with contempt for our late Queen and the country.
I mean, Americans will understand this. We have medieval times, dinner and tournament. It was like that. Like, I curtsied as though I was like... Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
Now, given the level of offence, it's unsurprising there have been calls for the Sussexes to be stripped of their Duke and Duchess titles, with Tory MP Bob Seeley confirming on the show last week he's planning to bring forward legislation that would do just that. Critics, however, don't want Harry to revert being a prince as his birthright, which would mean referring to Meghan as a princess. But our very own Nana Akua wants to change even that and is proposing a referendum to ensure the radical move goes through. Nana Akua, great to have you here. We've had the Brexit referendum. You say we need the Megxit referendum.
Well, thank you for having me, Dan. Absolutely. I mean, look, this is disgraceful. I would go as far as to say that they are committing treason. It started with them trying to soften us up with the old love story.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are committing treason. That's the exact claim made by GB News host Nana Akua, one that sent shockwaves through both royal circles and the public. She didn't suggest poor judgment. She didn't say they were being dramatic. She used the word treason, the ultimate betrayal of crown and country. The comment came in response to what Akua describes as a coordinated effort by the Sussexes to tear down the monarchy from abroad. She pointed to their Netflix series, the Oprah interview, and Harry's memoir Spare as repeated attacks on the royal family's dignity, privacy, and authority. Her words, "This is not just family drama, it's a systematic dismantling of an institution that millions in this country still believe in." To her, it crosses the line from personal grievance to national sabotage.
Then they started sort of going on and talking about how it was all about race. She apparently she didn't have the talk about being black. I've never had the talk. I don't know what she's talking about. Then it was little digs about the British people, telling us how we don't hug. She was only in the country for about 18 months. Then it was digs about the Commonwealth. Then it was digs about the Queen, our traditions and curtsying, which was disgusting. And now she is going on about how the press have apparently made set stories about her and all. Look, the long and short of it is that this woman, the only reason why people do not like her, they try to set the narrative that was about race. The reason people don't like this woman is frankly because of the way she's behaved. The awful things that she's said, it's not to do with what the press said. She went on about climate preaching. People were disgusted by it after she'd taken a series of private jets with Elton John, I don't know, some concert or something. Then after that, she started going, do you remember the Tom Bradbury documentary thing she did?
Oh, yes.
And she was around people who had limbs blown off through landmines. And all she could say is, nobody asked about me. This woman is delusional, self-obsessed, and she's dragging Harry down with her. And frankly, they are a disgrace to this country, and they're trying to bring this country down. So I would say that we need to have some sort of referendum. I don't just want his titles to go, because then she'll be referred to as Princess Harry, and he will be Prince Harry. He should have his title removed as well. I think if you commit treason, your birthright can also be removed. I think it's totally out of order.
And you, Nana, want a public vote. So, because I guess politically this is a hot potato, you put it to the public, who at this point I think would be very unequivocal, actually, in wanting to strip Harry and Meghan of their title.
Let's lay out the pattern. In 2021, the Oprah interview, allegations of racism and institutional neglect. In 2022, the Netflix docuseries, claims of press manipulation, royal cruelty and abandonment. In 2023, Spare, accusations of physical violence from Prince William and emotional neglect from King Charles. And in 2025, yet another rumored media deal focused on royal drama. At what point does storytelling become slander? To Nana Akua and others, this is beyond airing dirty laundry. It's calculated defamation wrapped in a victim narrative. Now, let's be clear. Legally speaking, Treason in the UK involves betraying the sovereign, aiding enemies, or waging war against the crown. Harry and Meghan haven't done that. But symbolically, some argue yes, they're using global platforms to undermine the authority of the institution Harry was born into. The monarchy isn't just a family, it's a constitutional pillar. Undermining it from abroad, critics argue, is a betrayal of the country that once called him His Royal Highness.
Because they hate the royal family. You know, they hate the royal family. Why on earth do they want to be connected to it? It's just bizarre.
Well, we're paying for them. We were paying for them to have this privilege. Now they've gone off somewhere else. They're using their advantage and the royal family to make money. And they're dissing the family at the same time. And it would appear, I would say, watching it, in my view, they want to bring down the monarchy. That, to me, is treason. I would like a referendum on whether he should keep even his birthright.
I think you're completely right that they are trying to bring down the monarchy, Nana. I really feel that. And what infuriates me is the complete lack of evidence. So you have this trailer today, Nana, and she pulls out her lawyer to say the royal family and the media were at war with her. And then she pulls out her best mate to parrot her talking points. Where is the evidence? The lawyer says there's evidence. Show us the evidence, because I really feel like, Nana, it is now time to put up or shut up.
Well, I'd like to see. I mean, obviously, these next three are coming out. I mean, I will be watching it, frankly, because I have to, but also because I want to see if she's actually got anything different to say. If there's nothing else coming out there but a constant, consistent onslaught against the British people and against the monarchy and against this country, a country that she only stayed in for around about 18 months, then I would like to see them both stripped of their titles completely. You don't have an absolute right to a birthright if you diss the very place that birthright is given to you.
King Charles has to toughen up a bit, doesn't he, Nana?
Yeah, he needs to do something about it. I don't know what he'll do. He's got the coronation. I think he's extended an invitation to them already.
Yeah.
I think that they need to start speaking. The monarchy needs to start speaking.
Akua calls it treason of reputation. And for traditionalists, that's just as bad. Their supporters push back hard. They say this isn't treason, it's truth. That the royal family silenced, ignored, and even harmed them behind palace walls. That speaking out isn't betrayal, it's survival. And if the monarchy can't withstand open criticism from its own, maybe the problem isn't the critics, it's the institution. That's the heart of this divide. Are they dismantling the monarchy or forcing it to evolve? This debate isn't about one couple. It's about the future of the monarchy itself. Because if Prince Harry, once the most beloved royal of his generation, can go from national treasure to accused traitor, what does that say about the strength of the institution?
Otherwise, if they're not careful, these two will bring them down.
I know. I think this needs to be taken so seriously, Nana, because it's the damage they're doing around the world too. Because you know what most of the woke media is like. As soon as you say racism, the feeling is that it can't even be questioned.
Yeah. I mean, what does she know? She was here for 18 months. I've traveled. I used to live in America. America is one of the most racist places that I've ever been to. I would say it's probably the most. It's completely divided. And in this country, there is a wonderful level of multiculturalism. I know that some people say that doesn't work, but it's beautiful the way that people in this country integrate. She hasn't got a clue. She was here for less than around about 18
and she
months.
didn't bother
Anyway.
to find out, Nana.
No.
She barely left her palace. She barely left Frogmore Cottage. She didn't want to do the hard work. She wanted to be treated like a celebrity and waited on hand and foot. And when she actually realised, oh, holy heck, it's not all that glamorous being a royal. You've got to go up to Nottingham. You've got to open the community centres. You've got to meet the leaders. She wasn't interested. But look, Nana Akua, what a great idea. The Megxit referendum, I'm supporting you with it. And, of course, Nana back on GB News this Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m. Nana, thank you so much.
And what does it say about a media culture where the word treason is now part of the conversation? Whether you believe Nana Akua or not, her words tapped into something deeper. Frustration, division, fatigue. Some see a couple obsessed with themselves. Others see two people finally standing up to centuries of silence. But treason, that word carries weight. And if it's being used now, it begs a question. How far is too far when royalty breaks ranks?